Alright, so if the elite don't really know, and they're not really in on this whole end times gathering people and having them turn to God, then that means that when the sun goes down, when they make the sun go down, then that's equivalent to like, in other words, going from last year sometime, the beginning of 2018, and then knowing that come May 21st of 2018 that they had 365 days for their plan. But then the way I see it is, they've already, let's say they had nothing to do with it, alright? So let's say they're vicious murderers and they're going to kill us all. Well, it's possible that that's what it is. But at the same time, I see them as having a change of heart one at a time over the past 365 days, walking with God. Now, they weren't planning on walking with God, but that was my plan. My plan was to help them walk with God for the next 365 days. So when in Darius's first year, right, and Trump's third year, when Darius signs that decree, it's too late. It's already been written. The script has to continue. They have to follow through with it. There's no stopping it. No matter what I know, there's no stopping it. They're still gonna go at it. And but here's what gives me hope with the elite, is that, well, everything, history repeats itself all the time. And with Darius, with him sending Daniel into the lion's den, it's equivalent to being left here in America on top of the asphalt and not hiding underneath like the scared people are, the ones that are scared, the ones that were promised life, the ones that were promised the bunkers, and you know, those guys, you guys, the ones that are watching, some of you now that are in those bunkers. So it's equivalent to being thrown into the lion's den when the sun goes down, because you don't really know what's going to happen. Experts, because experts have been surveilling us for a very long time, and the experts, well, they kind of predict your move, your every move, and with the help of AI, of course. Now remember, Joshua took down AI, so just keep that in mind. So with the help of AI, oh, and all those kings and every other nation that came against him, because God's word was in his mouth, but he took down AI, and it's kind of like the same thing these days, where AI helps the elite to determine, like what street I'm going to drive down at what particular time, and then what is most likely my destination. I mean, it's kind of obvious 5 days a week, right? It's pretty easy. You can just follow me straight on down Broad Street, and you'll know. So they help determine what people are going to do. And when you take the pulse of the false prophets on YouTube, and you see that they throw those messages out there, and they tell you that, you know, 90% of the people are going to seek shelter. 90% of the people here in America are going to run to the shelters because they don't know any better. All right, I mean, look, God's still going to rip you out of their arms anyway. So keep that in mind when you guys are, when you heard not to run to a shelter, but then you do anyway, and you're there because of peer pressure, because many have clung to with flatteries. Just know that God's going to rip you out of their arms anyway. And so we heard that they're death camps, and that's the plan, to just take us right into the slaughter. And it might be true, might be true. But it might not be also. And it might not be because the elite have, well, you have no choice but to think about it. You got no choice. There's, I don't know how many other people are out there that have my same message or similar. But I know there's 144,000 people that have some type of gift, and they're letting the elite know in their way. So everybody has a different gift, and you just use it. A different talent. You got 5 talents, go get 5 souls and some. If you have 1 talent, don't bury it. All right. So the predictability of what people are going to do is they think that when the sun goes down, I mean, before that, people might have already ran because of the bombs and the scary sights that they see. But they will, they're expected, that's what I'm looking for. They're expected to run, and then there's that 10% that's left behind. And then that's the remnant that Trump was talking about, where after everybody's already running, you know, what did he call it? Those deep valleys, where the dangerous, where the remnant, in other words, acting like he has to come and rescue people, but they're really coming around you up because you're the 10% that doesn't believe the elite, and they know that. They know that there's 1/10 of the population that doesn't believe what the elite are doing. And then there's, what, 3% altogether that not only don't believe, but even if that's even 3%, but not only they don't believe, it might even be 1%, but they understand it spiritually too. So they don't believe the government, and they understand the Bible spiritually. It's a rarity, but there's quite a few people out there. I don't particularly know all of them, but they're out there. So that's what it is. We're going to be thrown into the lion's den, and King Darius, well, he's already had plenty of time to think about what they're doing, and he's going to be fasting and praying that night, the night before we're all delivered out of the lion's mouth, out of the den, from the lion, and from the fire singeing us, because we're not even gonna smell like fire. So it's given him some time to think about it over this past year. But the decree has already been signed. There's no changing the law of the Medes and Persians, because they're not going to alter that law. But to think that the elite aren't playing the Bible out if there's anybody out there still, if there's anybody out there that watches my videos and you still don't believe that they're playing out the Bible, like they don't know, you know? You got Stephen Ben Noon son, the Noon son, but everybody's name's Stephen or James. But there's only one Deshaun. So the Stephen Ben Noon guy, yeah, it looks like Damascus is getting ready to turn into that heap of ruinous heap, fulfilling Bible prophecy. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm uploading all my stuff on Patreon, so that way everything is up next week on Patreon. Hint, hint, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is on Patreon, because I know YouTube, you know what I'm saying? It's getting shut down. So, it's just, you just listen. You just listen to them. They all... You know, they're scared. They're afraid. They're scared, and that's why they're heading into their bunkers. And we're not scared. And we're right here, standing on top of the ground, not hiding underneath, and just waiting. You know, like, what are you supposed to do? Run? You know, my older brother, he's still. You know, how do you tell people? I can't wait for it to be over, because I'm tired of... It's like I can't help it. The worst thing is this. Knowing what's going to happen, and then people, whether they just absolutely... No, right, it's always been like that. They're just always saying things. Yeah, I know. They're always saying things. They're always warning you. They're always threatening you. And I'm always coming up with dates. And they always make people want to set dates, and then you get so tired of setting them that it eventually happens on a specific date that you were thinking of, but you didn't say it out loud. So that's why I'll never stop saying it out loud, because I know that those dates are coming really, 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 really soon. And so why not? I mean, I want to have some evidence. I want something written down, you know, date stamped and title stamped to show to unbelievers. It's like, yeah, martial law, they've been threatening to do it all 1999. It's, yeah, well, it's 20 years later, and the party's over, all right, like Prince said, and lights out. So this time around, I'm telling you when it's going to happen. And it's going to be because of the wall being closed. Yep. That's the reason. So when's the last time martial law was declared here in the United States? I don't remember. Maybe, who knows, but I don't remember. So, not in my lifetime. And I'm telling you it's happening this month. This lifetime. You know, at the very latest, it happens in May. But I'm sticking with... I'm going to set the earliest dates until it actually happens, you know? So I'm setting April 8th. That way the 5th comes around Friday. He shuts down the wall. All right. He didn't say what day, but I'm just telling you it's Friday. And then Saturday comes around, and, you know, Obama starts to rise up in the news and take over. And Steve truly is taking over. And then for the next... Well, come Monday, Trump would have to announce. It's always over the weekend. So he'll announce on Monday that there's a closing of the... Well, not only a closing of the wall, but there's martial law is declared because it's too dangerous. There's too many people that... And, you know, Russia's not getting out, Venezuela, and so every country's coming against America, and then every because the two witnesses are representing two witnesses representing America and Israel. Henry. There you go.
Man, how you doing?
All right, how about you?
I'm coming along, man.
That's good, man.
Doing a little better. It's getting warmer. That's always
Yeah,
a plus.
that's good, yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right, man, take care.
Take care. Have a nice one, man.
Yep. So I look at Israel as being the other witness, even though it's not, they're not, like America and Israel isn't really the two witnesses, but when these two countries, us and them, get destroyed in the end, that's the two witnesses to the elite playing that out, because all of our dead bodies would be lying in the streets. See, it's like, according to the Bible, Israel succeeds and prospers, and everybody comes against Israel, but they're not going to take it over. But that's Israel, the people. That's us, true believers. Israel, the land, yeah, they're going to blow that up, and they're going to show that it's destroyed. And us, America, yep, we're going to be blown up. They're going to show that we're destroyed. And it's, but the real two witnesses is truly everybody with the Holy Spirit. That's it. You and yourself. So, well, I mean, it's yourself and your spirit. So they're going to destroy us, all right? They're going to destroy us. They're going to destroy Israel. Everybody's coming at the Golan Heights is the reason for Israel being destroyed, because all the countries around them, Syria and Damascus, is going to be destroyed, and then that's going to be the reason for destroying Israel. And then Venezuela is over there, down beyond us, the king of the south, and then us, the king of the north, which is representing, even though it's really Christ, king of the north. They are going to come against the south, and then everybody that's sticking up for the south, with Russia and China, and then North Korea is going to shoot the EMP over here, and then all this stuff happens, and the end of the show is cutting off the power, and then the sun turning off and disappear. We'll just say the sun's going to disappear. Whether it floats in that direction from west to east at noon and goes back, or it shuts off at noon just completely, one or the other. One or the other, it's going to happen. Like that thing. So can you just imagine that thing's right there, and then all of a sudden it's like, and just short circuits. That'd be crazy, right? Very well. That's my story for today.